All right, we are recording. Okay, so this is Pia Howe, who is the franchisee for Toddle About Suffolk. Pia, could you tell us a bit about yourself, please?
Yes, hello, my name is Pia. I'm a mum of two children, two boys. The youngest one is 5 and the eldest one is 9 years old. And we moved to Suffolk 4 years ago. And yeah, we're very happy here. And I've taken on the Suffolk franchise now, coming up to 3 years now.
Great, okay. So I'm going to run through a few questions now just to find out a bit more about you, about your experience with the franchise. I'm going to try and take it from the beginning all the way through, just to give people an idea of your journey and how it's been for you, really. So if you can cast your mind back to the beginning, first question is, just how did you first hear about the opportunity, about the Toddle About franchise?
Well, as a mum, I've always used the Toddle About magazine as my to-go guide. And when we moved to Suffolk 4 years ago, I was looking for baby and toddler groups, and I really struggled to find anything local. So I've really relied on word of mouth and on Facebook. And that's when I realised we could do with the Toddle About magazine. I really missed the magazine. I used it a lot back in Warwickshire. And that's when I contacted you to see if it was available in Suffolk. And that's how we got in touch. And then I was made aware of the franchise opportunity. And I thought, yeah, I'll jump right up at the opportunity and go for it.
Yeah, and you have been our guinea pig ever since. As our first pilot franchisee. Yeah. Cool. Okay, so what would you say when you first heard about it? What appealed to you about the idea of the franchise, of running your own magazine? What was it about that opportunity that spoke to you?
It was about helping other parents, because I could see I was struggling to find any local activities and classes. And I thought there must be something that gives you all that information. I think the opportunity to help other parents. And I was also, it was also a point in my life where I wanted to set up my own business. And I think those two work well together. And for me, it was important to have a good work-life balance, and the franchise gave me exactly that. That's why I decided to go ahead with it.
So why did you go for a franchise opportunity rather than just saying, you know what, I'm going to do this on my own?
Well, when I found out about the franchise opportunity, I must admit I didn't know a lot about franchising. So I did a lot of search on the internet to find out what franchising is all about, what are the pros and cons. And for me, the pros outweighed the cons. So I thought, well, there is an existing business model which works. I know the magazine. I love the magazine. So it was kind of a no-brainer for me to go ahead with that rather than starting something new from scratch and reinvent the wheel, when actually there was something out there that worked and that I liked. So that was really, for me, it was an easy decision for me.
Cool, that makes sense. And was there anything else that, no, I asked that question. So did you have any concerns about it?
Initially, no. I thought, this is great. This is what I wanted to do. I'm going to help other parents. This is the business that I always wanted. And I think once it sunk in that this is what I'm going to be doing, yes, there were a few questions and concerns, I suppose. My background wasn't in publishing. I had really no idea what a publisher actually does. Where does the editorial content come from? What if I can't sell the magazine advertising space? I've got no background in sales. So these were my initial concerns. And as I said, about what is franchising all about. So, but it turned out actually that none of these qualifications were actually required, because my background is in events. I've always had good communication skills, and I can connect with people quite easily. And I think that helped me to connect with other parents. and businesses alike as well, because most business owners who advertise with us are parents themselves. So I actually found it quite easy, and I had a business sense, if you like, or an idea about how to run a business. So I wasn't shying away from the idea of being my own boss and running my own business. So the concerns were there, but soon after they were kind of forgotten about, because you told me all about what was required to run the business, and I actually ticked all the boxes. So
cool. And how about your family? When you told your family, your husband, your parents, whatever, did anyone of them have concerns, or anyone?
No, not at all. They were over the moon. They actually said, "I'm pleased for you, Pia, because you finally found something that you're passionate about and you want to do. And I've been looking for a business opportunity for a while, but I just didn't know what exactly I wanted to do." So no, they were really pleased that I found something I loved, and no, they were really, really supportive as well on the decision.
That's good. A technical question, but how did you raise the money for the initial fee?
Through my savings, because I was planning on setting up my own business myself. I've been saving for quite some time, and I've just I just finished maternity leave before we moved to Suffolk, so it gave me a chance to save some money for it.
Cool. Okay. Okay. What does a typical day or week look like to you now? So you've done the setup.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I work around my kids basically. So I'll get the kids to school in the morning at 9 o'clock. Then I come back home, come to the office. I start shortly after 9 o'clock, and then I work till 3 till I have to go to school run again, pick up the kids. And that's basically a 9 to 3 job for me at the moment. And if it's closer to a magazine release, I may put some extra working hours in the evenings or in the weekend when required, but that's only every quarter when a magazine comes out, and only if it's absolutely necessary. But I usually just work from 9 to 3 around my children, so I have the afternoon free with the kids.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, I didn't actually know what you did, so that's okay, so what do you like best about it now?
Do I like best? I like being my own boss. I've got huge job satisfaction. I wake up in the morning, I'm excited to go to work. I like the fact that every day is different. It's never the same old day. I'm faced with new challenges every day, and I'm growing as a person and as a professional person as well, and meeting lots of new people through the way, whether that's parents or business owners. So yeah, it's a very exciting role.
Cool. And what about the bad bits? What's the worst bits? Because everything has good stuff and bad stuff. It's just part of it.
Yeah.
So what are the bad bits?
I think when things don't go my way, I suppose, when you build a relationship with somebody and they then turn away and say, no, actually, now is not the right time for me to advertise with you, maybe something in the future. I think initially it's kind of really gutted that didn't work out, and it took me a while to get over that it's not everybody's right time to advertise with you or to collaborate with you. So I think that might be one of the negatives. Other than that, I can't think of anything, which is, I suppose, a good thing.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Okay, so can you think back to a time when in the job you had a real high? And can you tell us what what that was?
Um,
It's like an example for people to understand, you know, what you get out of it in a way.
I have many highs, as you know, because I celebrate every high with you and message you, let you know. It's from simple wins, just like selling and advertisement is for me a celebration and a win and a high. I think like every small business owner celebrates inside when they done a sale, I think. It's feedback from parents who tell me how much they love the magazine. I've had one parent emailing me saying that she suffered from postnatal depression. She was at home with her baby. She didn't venture out. She's in a really, really bad way. She got the Toddle About magazine in the post, and she didn't realize that there was a baby group really across the road from her. And she went there, she made new friends, and the magazine changed everything for her. And just reading that is a huge win, and that just something like that just makes my day and makes it all worthwhile and reminds me why I'm doing it and what I'm doing. So these are, yeah, definitely big wins for me.
Cool. And then flipping it around, what's been the hardest thing for you?
I think getting to know and learn the process of selling advertising space. I think that requires bit of getting used to and learning if that's a new area for you, and accepting that even though you get on with people, if they reject you, it's not because of you, not because of you as a person, it's because it's for various different other reasons, and not taking it personal. I think that's something I had to learn, and I'm sometimes still struggling with that, but the wins outweigh the negatives. Definitely.
You have definitely got better at that.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you have any regrets about?
Oh gosh, no.
So what I mean by that is not necessarily do you regret doing it, but are there any things that you wish you'd done differently then? That way.
Yeah. I think we've talked about this actually. I think from a business perspective, I wish I would have known more about how to run a business in general, and joining a membership with an organization that helps you set up your business, run your business. I think that was really helpful, and I think I wish I started that a lot sooner, to help with sales and marketing, to help with that kind of aspect from the business. I think I wish I would have done that sooner. Other than that, I think we had a good in-depth training when we set up the franchise, but I think we should have done more, because the 3 days went like this, and there's a lot of information coming at you, and you've got to learn the CRM system and that software and that process. There's a lot to take in. I think having it split down into bulk and bit more I don't know, a bit more bite-sized chunks would have been probably better, rather than a 3 days in a row training. But other than that, I can't think of anything else.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, what would you recommend to somebody if you can imagine the situation they're in? People are thinking, is this the right thing for me? Is there anything you would recommend to them now at this stage that they do, or anything at all that you think it would be useful for them to know?
I think if you haven't owned your own business before, I would recommend maybe reading up about being your own boss, what it means to own your own business, what responsibilities you've got to carry, and can't think of anything else, Jim. Really difficult.
It's all right. So I was thinking along the lines of maybe you've got a separate office for you to work in.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Something you would recommend to people, or do you think it matters? Do they have that kind of stuff? I don't know.
Well, I think it does, especially if you've got children running around in the background. I've set up a little garden office at home. So it's a purpose-built office, and where I can close the door, and I've got peace and quiet. I've got my own high-speed internet connection here, so that really helps. All you need is a laptop, really. I've got a Mac PC, but I started off with a laptop, good internet connection, a phone, and off you go. That's all you need.
Okay, so we're just about done in terms of my questions. So really, it was just are there any final thoughts, anything else that you would like to share that you think might be useful for people?
Well, I think if you are serious about working for yourself and joining a great team, I think it would be a good decision. You'll learn a lot. You learn lots on the job. You get to know some fascinating people, and every day will be different. So it's a good. I think it would be a good challenge and a good journey for any mum or any father, any parent really, to take on. So yeah.
All right. Do you know what? I did actually have one last question, but I should have asked it earlier.
Go
on. But just about the support that you've got, what do you think about the support you get through the franchise program?
Oh, the support is great, and it's really important. Support is always there every day. I think especially in the beginning, there are lots of questions, and I still ask a lot of questions in now, or 3 years in, but there is never a day where I don't get any support. There's always someone at the other end of the phone. So thank you very much for that. It's really reassuring to know that you're not just on your own, and you can always ask, and there's no such thing as a stupid question either, as I found out. So the support is great.
Perfect. A bit of a leading question, seeing as I'm the one supporting you as well, but
yeah.
Hopefully that was an honest response.
No, it was.
Good. All right, thank you. That's it. And thank you for helping out with that and taking part. And
no problem.
I'm sure it will be very useful for everyone watching.
Thank you.